Happy birthday to us. Happy birthday, dear Cornwall and West Devon Mining Landscape World Heritage Site. Happy birthday to us. That's something like 23 times I've sung that, and I haven't got it right yet. Deborah, there's too many words in your heritage word. We are very, very proud of what has happened over the last couple of weeks, but we're equally proud of the project's work that's been running for several months. And we kicked off working with schools up and down Cornwall. We work with more than 1,200 school kids, introducing them to Cornish mining heritage who otherwise it's fallen out the curriculum. We've taken some of those kids underground at Cameron School of Mines. They get to blow things up, they get to reinvent the pumping engine, they get to identify minerals, and they learn about actual real lives of real people from Cornish history. And the first person I'd like to tell you about is from Liscarn, and he was called William Crago. We have his diary from the 1850s, and he describes in detail his first day underground. He was 9 years old, carrying 40 pounds of tools in a canvas sling. He climbed wooden ladders for 2 hours before he started his day's work. 1,600 feet underground at 9 years old. That was in the 1850s, but miraculously, William Crago is with us here today. William, where's your toe? William, there he is. Get up over there, let's say hello to everyone. So, alright, it isn't really William. It's Bryony, who was one of our mine captains from Liscarn School. And she got to go back into her old primary school and lead activities for the youngsters, and also took part in designing a wagon to represent the theme of Earth Treasures. Little fact for you. Cornwall represents less than 0.002% of the world's landmass. Do you feel like an insignificant speck? However, of all the mineral species ever discovered anywhere on the planet, more than 90% can be found under your feet. This incredible geological diversity has driven the Cornish story, fizzing and fusing beneath our industry and our labour, our song and our music, our food, our sport, our language, the blood in our veins, and our identity. Now then, up to Liscarn, they got a very special kind of mineral. You can only find it in Liscarn. What do you think it's called? Liscardite. Clever, isn't it? So, look up now, here comes the Liscardite! Is that it? Is that it? Oh, okay, Liscard, they're doing their best, they're doing their best. And then, my lovelies, down in St Austell, we met the character of Alfie Crowell, who in the late 1890s took the first football to Mexico. He picked the first ever Pachuca team. Pachuca being the equivalent of either Arsenal, Liverpool, Man United, one like that over here. 11 Cornish miners was that team, and he took the Mexican national team to their first ever international trophy win. He's a household name in Mexico.
David, how you doing?
Some lazy buddy. No, there's some lazy ignorant though. And Alfie Crowell, I gather he's with us today. Alfie, here he is! Alfie Crowell! Some lazy boy. Alfie, jump up on your wagon so people can see you. Okay. We have a list of 175 places across 40 countries, across 6 continents, where Cousin Jack took Cornish mining industry. And so Alfie has created, with the kids from Penrice School and associated primary schools, he's created a zoetrope. And later, when you get a bit closer, you'll be able to look through those gaps, and he cycled with one leg. He tied his good foot to the pedal and let the other one dance around in the breeze. Only trouble was, in order to stop, if he couldn't find a wall, he just had to fall over in the road. On which occasion he got arrested by a policeman for being drunk in charge of a bicycle. And here it is, Telfer Mitchell. You might have guessed it's not really. It's my mate Chris Miners, but he is a Cornishman, a miner, a fisherman, and he's only got one leg. Good old Chris! Chris? With the kids at Campbell Pool Retreats, we were looking at the mining process, the difficult and dangerous way in which Telfer, show us your kids dance, my handsome. Hey, people down Penzance are all a little bit ticklish about their favourite song, and we have no choice, but they told us there's only one boy, and he stands up the top of Market Jew Street, Humphrey Davy! And Humphrey Davy, what an incredible bloke he was. As a child, he noticed the corrosion between the iron and the copper in the floodgates at Hale, and because he worked out the salt water was somehow causing this, he invented the process of electrolysis. And through electrolysis, he became the first person ever to identify and isolate sodium, barium, potassium, calcium, 13 different elements identified. But of course, the thing he remains famous for is that in 1815, after many terrible mining disasters up the line in coal mining areas where the gas was explosive and dangerous, he invented his safety lamp, which the good folk of Penzance have created a large replica of, and this lamp saved the lives of many, many thousands of miners, a lasting legacy from Humphrey Davy's Cornish mining heritage. Now, you may have noticed that the largest mechanical puppet in the world is not with us just yet. Some very interesting and detailed things are happening just behind that fuzzy bush that I can't see. So, how are we doing, Kev? Are we getting there or no? 15 minutes? 15 minutes? Right on. Tell you what, I'm sorry boys and this. I think we're going to have a little sing-song. Okay? Yeah, how about get on with it? Lovely job. We have... just made a proper mishmash of one and all. Let's say thank you to these singers. So, my lovelies, as you know, we unveiled the man engine up to Tavistock, Englandshire, 1 week ago Monday, to 5,000 people. The next day in Liscard, we was expecting 2,500. We had 8,000. After that, we just built and built. In every location, we have had double the expected audiences and more. Yesterday in Penzance, the police tell us there was 24,000 people. Here today, my lovelies, have a look round. We are 7,000 people at the westernmost end of the world. Which brings us to a total of people who have personally been introduced to and met the man engine of 137,000 live audience. Which is roughly between 1 in 3 and 1 in 4 of the population of the land of Turlough. Online, the reach, we are told, through our personal Twitter and Facebook account is 3.8 million. It's been on American news, Russian news and China news, and they haven't added it up yet, but they reckon it's over 20 million views. We're feeling a little bit chuffed. Now, several people have said to me, what's the best bit for you? And it's quite simple, and it's this. Every time we've unveiled the man engine, I've had people coming up, shaking my hand, and sharing their personal story. I've had ex-miners, ex-miners' wives. I've had daughters, sisters, brothers, uncles, nephews. Yesterday, in Penzance, a lady came up to me and she said, my grandmother lost her husband, her son, her nephew, her 2 other cousins, all on that one day in the Wheel Hours disaster. And that boy who died that day, that was his very first day underground. So, from the very beginning of this project, we have never wanted to pick a rosy cartoon picture of Cornish mining. We know that mining is gritty, grim. We know that miners' lives are tough and often tragic. And so, earlier today, we went out to Batalak, just along the coast, where many people associate the words man engine with the tragic day in 1919 when 31 men lost their lives at the collapse of the man engine. And so we thought long and hard and very carefully before naming our man the man engine. And we didn't do it lightly, we do it with respect, because we believe the words man engine are about invention. They're about innovation. They're about technological achievement, about industry, and about pure Cornish cussedness to get the job done. And that's what Cornish mining heritage is about. And so, I would ask that we all share just a moment of silence, not just remembering the 31 men who died at Levant, or the 19 men and a boy who died at Wheel Oaks even, but the many thousands of people who have lost their lives through Cornish mining. just about looking backwards and being nostalgic. Yes, the sheave wheels no longer spin, and pumps and stamps are gone. But we believe there is light at the end of the tunnel, and that together, if we dig deep into our heritage, we can understand our present. And if we can understand our present, then we get to create our future.
Sing from the chamber to the grave. I hear
J. Bingo. Edwin T. Trafford. Matthew R. Matthews. William J. Holden. John Thomas. John Tompin, George Eddy, Ben Organ, Daz Maddern, William J. Murray, Nicholas Matthews, John Worm, John Ellis, William Henry Ellis, Edwin F. Pascoe, James H. Oates, Leonard Simmons. There yet, my lovelies. If we will reach our full potential, we have to work together. In his native tongue, the 4,000 years of language of this place and of the Cornish mining industry was Pernouic. That's what he needs. Common, Arabs, Hinpo, Carrick, Cover, Arab. And you understand? Let him do it. Come on. Cobra. Little carrots. Cobra. Aaron. Understand? Come on. Cobra. Aaron. Little carrot. Little carrot. Cobra. Aaron. And understand? Come on. Cobra.
I don't know.
I've got a clue. I might probably know.
Yeah, well, I'm going to look at the camera.
Yeah, you got that. I'm on.
Yeah.
I think that's probably
If you want to drop, drop in
What's that?
I said, see if we can catch up with Simon. Eh?
You don't know what it's for.
Yeah, she's got all the time. The only reason she's bored.
Don't believe.
Will you find her later then? Oh, she would come back, she would a lot of people, just like meeting people, you go from one to another.
Hello. This engine house has been made from upcuts of the van engine itself. I would like to present it to Councillor Julian Sherman. Julian, will you please make sure this is displayed up at Liz Curlow, formerly known as former County Council. Make sure it's displayed proudly somewhere at Liz Curlow so that no one in Cornwall ever forgets just how important it is our Cornish mining heritage. Ladies and gentlemen, until 2 weeks ago, the record for the largest mechanical puppet in Britain was not the 3.5 metres achieved by the Scottish giant, and it was not the 7.8 metres achieved by the Welsh giant. As of last Monday, our Cornish giant does not stand at 7.5 or 7.8 metres. He does not stand at 8 or 8.5 metres. He does not stand at 9 or 9.5 metres. According to the official engineering report, he stands at 10.2, but because it's you, and it's the last day, I'm going to reveal, he is actually 11 metres tall! The answer is really simple. He has to trace the footsteps of those cousin Jacks. Mexico, South Australia, Africa, America. Doesn't that sound like an itinerary for a road trip? Of course we don't know how we're going to achieve it, my lovely, but we want to take our flag around the entire globe and fly the Cornish mining heritage flag everywhere the cousin Jacks went. Can I ask? Vincent, how do you feel about that? How about the Vincent's wagon by Humphrey Davy? How do you feel about that? Bertie Matthews? Yay! That's how he feels about it. What about Snozzle? Snozzle, how do you feel about us going down the globe in the trace of Alfie Graham? What do you reckon, this score? And what do you think about it, Telfer Mitchell? What do you think about it? Everybody in the Cornish mining world out.